line, and Karen Carney, what can Italy do to change or avoid the scoreline that South Korea suffered?
Well, I thought in the last game they were better when they actually a bit more front-footed. You see the shape of Italy 4-4-2, so they're starting the same way they did in the second half. I think for England we've got far too much quality on the ball, but it's just about building the tempo and starting a lot quicker than perhaps the first game.
And in that last game, standout performances from Lauren James, Chloe Kelly, strong front line for England on that occasion. Hemp trying to get on the end of that ball. Quality doesn't drop too much though. And the players that England have selected today. Coombs settling into her rhythm straight away. Charles. Daly waiting for the cross. Hemp. Beat the first defender, but an early corner for England and straight out of the blocks. Yeah,
it was good play from Laura Coombs, just settling it down and playing it out simple to Lauren Hemp, just simply getting in a 1v1 and getting the cross in. Good start from England.
And they make things even better from the corner kick to be taken by Greenwood, captaining the side today. Ivana Koska, the referee from North Macedonia, ensure everything's in order in the penalty area. There's the corner from Greenwood. But Walker from Bonansea, who's struggling to clear it here. A second chance to get it away and does just that. But England come forward again with Charles. Now Kira Walsh, settling presence at the base of England's midfield. Williamson in that role against South Korea. Carter put under pressure, had some shaky moments in the game against South Korea, but trusted to start at the centre of the defence again this afternoon. Greenwood. Jess Park, the role she'll be playing today will be interesting to see. Technically skillful play, and Robinson likewise spinning away nicely. And Charles back inside, and Park got it all wrong in the end. There's some exciting moments there from the newcomers.
Oh, you're right there, the newcomers are in the heart of it. Brilliant turn there from Katie Robinson, and she sets Charles on her way. She makes the right pass, Charles. You just think this is the quality now. Can you hit the target? Can you find another England player? As you said, for Jess Park, she's in that number 10 role today, and I think usually we see a play out on the wide, but I think for Jess Park, she can problem solve in that middle. She can get out of tight situations, and I think that's why Serena Wiegman might have played her in that position today.
Only 21 years of age. So many talented young players, England at the moment, and so much depth it feels to the squad. Bonansea can't get to that. He's struggling to string passes together early on here. Hemp. Chance for her to get going. She can really get going. And it's broken for her. It's set up as well. So many options here, England. Robinson prodding it back inside. They're almost overplaying it in the end. Still on the attack. Charles. Robinson starting with confidence. And immediately we thought Robinson might be on the right wing to start with, but it's Hemp on that side. Expect them to switch during the game at some point. Matisse. And Walsh to almost thread one of those passes through. And Gali can bring it away for Italy, and they have got bodies here and options to stretch England. And Gali might go herself. Chitty! And Zorba called into action early on, but just a taste there of what Valentina Giacinti can do.
Brilliant from Gali, and they're actually in the 3v2 now, and she picks the right pass out. You're thinking, to be fair, it's away from her. Can you hit it across the goalkeeper? But look, she's made her work and got a corner, but it's worrying for England that it's good when you're in possession, but you got to think if we lose it, you can't be counted on like that. And that was brilliant from Gali.
It's after facing that England pressure, a chance for Italy to apply it themselves. Martin to take the corner, the Juventus wing-back. With everybody back. Martin playing short. England might have switched off there, but the corner wasn't that great in the end. And Italy, who fielded an unexpected side actually in the first game, and that was, I guess, to get everybody ready for this one against England. So couldn't quite get that one under control. Daly will chase and put the pressure. Almost straight to Robinson again. Giuliani, Italy goalkeeper. Push that clearance there. She's undoubtedly their number one. It's a quick puff of the cheeks there. Giuliano. And they're back now. Pressure from Daly. You don't want that on your back. That's for sure. Daly saved. Danger not clear for Italy though. Hemp. And still Hemp. That will be a corner. They got away with one there, Italy.
It's good hunting there from Rach Daly. Never giving up. Thinking is she going to give it away. It's poor contact. Sniffs onto it. I think she does well to hit it on that side. It's a good save from Laura Giuliani. And then Lauren Hemp picking it up but defended away and out for corner. But brilliant from Rach Daly. She's just a nightmare because she senses and sniffs and it's something out of nothing.
England's pushing here. That's a difficult corner for Giuliani. Dealt with it under her own crossbar. We have two AC Milan players in this Italy lineup, dominated by the domestic champions Juve. But England putting the pressure on again. Daly! And how many lives do Italy have in these opening 7 minutes?
Thought she could have played in Jess Park there. Brilliant from Park. That's what you want, this youthfulness and energy in their pressing. Wins it back and just thought maybe Daly could have passed it back to her.
A few awkward moments in defence, Italy so far. Giacinti, they get it forward to Girelli. Pretty much as strong as you get as far as Italy are concerned. Missing Linari at the back and, of course, the figure of Saragama, the heart of that Italy defence for so long. But Bertolini, saving our most experienced players for this meeting with England, hoping to put them under pressure, but it's been the opposite so far. It's one counter for the Italians.
I think it's quite been a little bit frantic this opening 8 or so minutes, and maybe Serena Wiegman might expect it, but would want, you know, Kira Walsh to start getting on the ball, start us to get back into England's rhythm, and just don't allow Italy to press and try and break and stifle your play up.
The last Arnold Clark Cup in the second game, Serena Wiegman and her after changes against Spain. Greenwood to Robinson. It's inside Bergamaschi. Park. And range a bit closer that time, but we know how quick her feet are.
Yeah, again, Katie Robinson. In a 1v1, she's very good. Picks out the right pass, and the referee's in Park's way there, but again, hit the target. But bright start from the two youngsters.
Yeah, Jess Park, well known at Everton from Manchester City. There's no doubt they'll be having her back. Giacinti just missing that ball, but caught out there, Greenwood. And Giacinti has got it now. Looking to link up with Bonansea. Thought it might not reach her, but it did in the end. Awkward for Greenwood. And Girelli going up for the ball initially. Greenwood went out there. Giacinti. Bergamaschi. Another contingent, part of that Italy side that reached the quarter-finals of the World Cup in 2019. Giacinti's goals important in that competition and important in helping Italy to qualify for the World Cup in the summer. Now at Roma, has earned this corner. Giuliano, Martin. Cup short one here. It's left. Manuela Giuliano plays it in. Greenwood gets it away. England struggling to clear their lines. An air shot in there, but maybe they could break away now with Park. Looking to try and bring that down, but Bertin, side to Daly. It's unfortunate not to win a free kick. It's all a bit messy. We'll get that under control in the end, not Rizzucci. Roebuck forward. It's a period though for Italy in terms of making England uncomfortable. Here's him. Bergamaschi gets there. Decent football from Italy, and then just too much on the pass.
To be fair, Italy have done well, you know, disrupted England. They haven't been in their rhythm, playing tight combinations. Just lacked it in the final third, but just really want to see England settle. I know we've made a lot of changes, but I still think there's experience on there just to calm, pass and move it quicker.
Losing the ball again. Rizzucci clips it in, looking for Girilli, and out by Carter. Really determined to pass it out once more. And Charles sweeping it forward. Detached from that front line, but Hemp is there. Good pressure from Italy again. Greenwood taking a chance. Park laying it off, and now Walsh to calm things down for England, as she always does. Letizia. Robinson. Letizia. Nice feet. Robinson. She goes, and luck in the end just took her eye off the ball, but the two players linking up there, Robinson and Letizia, who play together at youth level for England as well. They're good friends. Trying to get to the byline, but just getting it wrong in the end.
We've all been there, Seb.
I was going to say, I was waiting for you to say it.
Sorry, I lost my mic there for a minute, but yeah, we've all been there. It's come off that. But like you said, good combination, Letizia and Robinson. Robinson's really impressed me. I wasn't sure how it would be for a young player coming into this type of team and imposing himself with such high-quality wingers in front of her.
Greenwood sends it in towards Daly. And Lenzini didn't have that sort of time with Daly around. Greenwood trying to keep it alive. Bergamaschi feels like she's won the throw, and she has. It's Greenwood, Alex Greenwood, who can play at left back and centre back for England, but deployed on that left hand side. Walsh. Park. Swinging around her there. But Jess Park, she's a player who seems prepared to be brave in terms of her progressive play. His thought is to try and make something happen, try and play a pass.
Don't underestimate for such a young player to go in the centre of the park. And when you're used to playing as a winger and you're used to seeing the pitch from a certain angle, then you've got to go into the centre of the pitch and check your shoulders and to check your periphery at all times. That's not easy for a young player, so credit to her for always wanting to be on the ball, to try and get the ball off players. It's impressive for such a young player.
Her first England start as well. Scored just seconds after coming off the bench against Japan in November. Here's Letizia. Robinson. She prepared to be on the front foot as well. But he gives it away. Robinson. Off she goes again. Goes low. It's the first defender, Martin, to break things away. Chintian made a brilliant run. Really putting just enough pressure on. It's hard for Italy to exploit that situation. See the issue for Giuliani in goal. Little patch of sun. Carter back to Roebuck. Roebuck, who was England's #1 before the Olympics during it as well. Since then, Mary Earps has undoubtedly won with the first pair of gloves.
I think now you're looking at Italy in their 4-4-2. They're both getting around centre forwards, trying to stop Kira Walsh as best as they can to getting on the ball. She's the heart of this England team. It's been difficult for England to break through, especially with some of the young players as well. How do we problem solve these low blocks? How do we deal with it when everyone's dropped deeper and create spaces? We're used to playing the top teams that come at us, and it's a bit more end-to-end. This is a different solution we're going to have to try and find.
Physical solution attempted by Lauren Hemp. Too much for the official. We feel maybe for the first time Lauren Hemp's got some competition on the wing for England. Those wide areas. Lauren James really making her mark since coming into the team. Chloe Kelly returning. Kick forward again, Girelli offside.
I think the one thing that Lauren Hemp has got in her favour is that wonderful left foot. You know, Alex Green was left-footed as well, but I'm trying to think off the top of my head. She's our much natural left-footed player on that side. You see Alex Green playing centre-half today, but if you play with a right-sided right-back and a winger that's right-footed, it can make England predictable, so she's got that in her favour.
She's got that almost unique dribbling style as well, where she likes to come inside onto her right as she's dribbling, which causes defenders so many problems. She's picking that ball up now and doing one of those runs at the moment. Moves it wide to Charles. Charles running into trouble but emerging from it. Still Charles pulling it back. Laetitia urged to shoot. And her eyes maybe lit up there at the time came for Maya Laetitia.
Again, it's just been a little bit frantic. We can appreciate with the young players in. Maya Laetitia there. Is the shot on? Can you work it out wide? Relax in that final third. Quality is really important.
Yeah, Maya Laetitia starting at centre-half for Manchester United, more often than not this season, and that's an interesting situation, coming to international level and being put out at right-back again. Well, we thought she might start for Manchester United when she signed from Brighton. Girelli getting inside to Giuliano, dispossessed by Park.
Park's done well there because Italy could have been in.
She was looking for some support there, made that clear. She's done well initially. Well, she's certainly got the personality to fit in at the high level as well.
She's got something about her. You know, you've got to have that little bit of a swag, a bit of a confidence. Can you drop the shoulder? Her and Lauren James are match winners, and you need those type of players in your team.
So you're very fortunate in that regard. But Italy so far got away with a couple of defensive errors. They have had some forays into the England half. Bonansea, she just caught there by Laetitia, couldn't get much ground from her. Bonansea, who is a player at Juventus, one of the experienced members of this Italy front line. Part of this sort of renaissance of Italian football after being one of the leading lights in the women's game in the 70s and in the 90s when they were beating England regularly. But it's been a sort of awkward year for Italy so far. Disappointing European Championships. Germany couldn't hold that one up. Pass it back. Bonansea. Bergamaschi calling for the ball in space. Bonansea shakes off Coombs. Hoping that Bergamaschi was still there, but she wasn't anymore. Carter. Greenwood pumping that forward.
I think this is the most direct I've seen England play in a while, Seb. Now I'm looking, have I seen as much Akira Walsh, have I seen as much of Laura Coombs, maybe in that midfield. I think quite direct, and it's good to see different variants. We've got different front players, pacey forwards. But usually I'm seeing an England side pop it and move it, and midfield has been on it a lot more. So it's interesting.
I suppose it's strange to say a problem that Serena Wiegmann might have, but it's picking a best side going forward, but here's Hemp. And Hemp now loves to be in these sort of positions. Flips it back in, looking for Daly, might drop to Coombs. Giuliano, a decent touch there, and Italy can break away here. And Greenwood struggling maybe to get there, just gets there. Chinti was chasing after that as well.
Greenwood does really well there because she's 1v1. And again, that's the second time now where we've gone direct, we've not won the ball, and we've been left vulnerable in a counter-attacking situation. So just something we might need to be mindful of, or Sarina Wiegman will tweak perhaps at half-time. Maybe before Seb, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's still a long time to halfway.
You know how consistent she's been with her starting 11s. Well, we know what her strongest starting 11 is, but there are players who are pushing hard for their club sides to believe they should be in that starting lineup as well. Good link-up play. Hemp. Robinson in there, Daly in there. Here's Park. Hemp. Drops the shoulder, Hemp, and clips it in there. Will it reach Robinson? It's just about. Robinson can't get past Bonansea. She said, Karen, you have gone direct. Players have gone in wide areas. They're prepared to run almost immediately at the defender. But there has been some guile from Italy so far. We've got some really intelligent players in that front line. Chinti, some strong forwards as well. Apologies for the audible accent. Here's Park. Hemp. Losing out. So you can't say these games aren't competitive. And Giuliano, caught by Lauren Hemp, who's really started in a competitive fashion. Giuliano, we have a problem here, a talented midfield player for Roma. Just going in for this ball now. It just got caught, didn't she?
Oh, yeah. Just see it there in the video clip, caught on her knee and twisted on it. Hopefully she's okay, but we do know that in women's football, women's sport, you are more susceptible with knee injuries, and hopefully it's not that. But also I'm just trying to highlight out there to people that it's very prevalent in the women's game.
Absolutely. We've spoken about Katie Robinson, who's a young player breaking into this England side. She suffered an ACL injury about a year and a half ago, and to get one that early in your career as well. But she's bounced back. She's
been really bright, you know, 1v1 in situations. She's positive, she drives at you, and that shows her confidence. As soon as I see a wide player face forward and have a go, they seem confident. I like to see that, and young players they should have no fear, especially when it's your first start for England.
As far as Sarina Wiegman is concerned, she is on this unbeaten run. She's a European Championship winning manager twice. I mean, everything going for her at the moment, and deservedly so.
I think she's also been the only person I've ever seen Ian Wright be shy towards. So she's definitely got an aura. Yeah, it's brilliant.
To be honest, I feel the same.
Yeah, likewise.
Here's Laetitia playing that ball forward. And Giuliani collecting it. She has had some effect on this England team, that's for sure. Bowled out by Roebuck.
Let's look at the two centre forwards of Italy there, getting around Kira Walsh. Staying nice and compact, blocking the pass into her. And this is now where England have got to find. Kira Walsh has got on it, but maybe is it Laura Coombs has got to come into the picture. Try and move Italy a little bit more.
England so far dominating the ball. Only tested the goalkeeper actually a couple of times, 2 attempts on target. Greenwood. Touch from him. Almost got there. And Mancini. Just enough. Here's Park. You see when she gets the ball, she's looking for teammates and support. We know Emma Hayes was saying in the game against South Korea that just England's link-up play at times wasn't the best, but Hemp driving on, no foul. Trying to create those attacking triangles.
Just think you can see a lot of players maybe not familiar with each other. Combination's not quite there. Good touch from Lauren Hemp, but look, there's 3 players round her. Look how they celebrated as well, stopping her. But that's something I've said about week in, week out in the WSL for Lauren Hemp. Just mixing up a game because people know exactly who she is. A double, triple team up on her. So how do you deal with that, Lauren Hemp? So again, she has to learn and grow. There's still such young, talented players within this England squad.
Yeah, we forget that Lauren Hemp herself is 22. It's such an important part of this team, and ahead of that, the Euros, we thought she was going to be the main star, but in fact, so many of the teams obviously identified her as an important player that it gave space to others.
Well, that's what Beth Mead said. She said she scored the amount of goals because everyone went over to the other side and made Beth Mead spare. So that was interesting, and it's just about still 2 or 3 players come over to Lauren Hemp. You can still be successful, but mixing it up a little bit more.
Fingers crossed if Beth does come back in time for the World Cup. There'll be players trying to mark her, and that might open things up for somebody else in the side. Who knows? Here's Letitia. Walsh almost feeding it through to Coombs, who hasn't had too many touches so far. And Daly. Zini doing well. Burton can't get their free kick to Italy. When you are being dominated at times, important just to hang in there, and they haven't conceded so far, Italy. They have offered just about enough to suggest they can cause this England side problems. They've had some frustrating defeats recently, the Italians, obviously losing to Belgium late on, but also it's their 4th defeat in a row. Recent defeats to Northern Ireland, Austria and Brazil as well. Here's him, Charles. Charles again. Hemp. Some support here. Coombs is waiting on the edge of the area. Might get to the ball now, but Hemp hangs it in, and then Giuliani's there. We've seen so many touches so far from Park. Not many from Laura Coombs so far.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned to you earlier, said that England going quite direct, and I think it's actually to try and stretch to allow people like Laura Coombs to get on the ball. Because when the England front 3 go higher, it means Italy have got to drop, and then that's when you want the spaces to open up. So I can see what they're trying to do. But we haven't, for me, seen enough of our midfield on the ball, and Italy have been quite compact and defended very, very well in this opening 28, 29 minutes, to be fair.
As expected with their more settled side, Italy. Robinson. Letitia. Back to Robinson again. Those two have linked up so many times at youth level. Letitia. Going out to Bonansea. Very good move breaking down Coombs, putting the pressure though. Goalkeeper Giuliani. Right out, but Laura Coombs, she was at Chelsea when you were there, was she?
Yeah, lived in the same house, team house. Really, really good player. It was just about finding the right team and home for her to just get a run of games, because there's never any question her ability. She can score from long range. Her timing into the box is exceptionally good. Technically, she's good. She was just about getting her regular minutes, and she's found a home at Manchester City, signed a new 2-year deal. And she's been a real key part in their run the last 16, 17 games, Manchester City.
Here's Walsh. Put under pressure. She's used to that. Usually evades the pressure. But there's some talented players in the centre of midfield for Italy as well. Good ball players, but tenacious as well. And there's some in reserve on the bench. Caruso and Reggie. about their game. Now, Daly, flag stays down when she received the ball. The pass isn't the best, and Bergamaschi will see that right out of play. But we're seeing Rachel Daly up front for England today. Finally, again.
Yeah, look, she's been brilliant for Aston Villa. She might be slightly offside. But I think she keeps deserving her position up top in that 9 position. I don't think we've cemented it yet. Now Ellen White is retired. I know Russo is probably your #1 pick. I still think Rach Daly has got a great shout for it. My only reason for that is I don't think the left spot position is nailed yet. So it's definitely another opportunity for her to keep showing what she's made of to Serena in that 9 position.
England winning that ball back through Park, and off she goes. Charles, well, as Park grows, is more mature, stronger on the ball, we see the impact she will have even at international level. Isn't that credit to Rachel Daly, though, so she'd be missed at left back. What a player. Walsh to Leticia. To Greenwood. It's going to get out to him. And him, 1 against 1 with the defender. But she usually wins that battle. And him clips it in. Oh, it's too much on it. Coombs. Robinson. Looking for Daly again. And she wasn't going to miss that one. She is lethal in front of goal. Rachel Daly. Another chance up front, another chance taken.
That's why you play her up front, Seb. You give her a service and she doesn't let you down. I have to say it was brilliantly worked from England. Lauren Hemp doing really, really well on that left-hand side, trying to initially find her. What she does is, though, Rachel, she gets back on side, gets in that position in between the 2 centre-backs, on side, and it's a good delivery from Katie Robinson. And she's just got the power and the precision just to guide it in there, and Laura Giuliani maybe could have done better, but look, brilliant from England, and it was a brilliant build-up goal.
Her 12th England goal, and just imagine if she started up front in all of her 65 caps.
And I was talking about playing a left back.
She's useful there as well, that's the thing.
I think what it showed there, though, Seb, in this game, our 2 white players have been good, but they just lack that quality. Once the white players give the service and it was of good quality, we're 1-0 up.
Getting tight there, Carter to Girelli, but did enough in the end. Carter put her foot through that one to clear. Rozucci come off the worst there. She's just getting to her feet now. Daly. Robinson. And Daly, just thought for a second she might have a bit of a problem, but she's back to her feet. What a player to have in your squad, though, to be able to do that in the front line and do what she did so often for England in a defensive sense. Pace and commitment she had to cover for England if they did try and push up the pitch. Here's him. We'll say this sort of phrase a lot, but it's a good problem to have if you're Serena Wiegmann.
It's brilliant. I'm thinking every manager would say it's a good headache to have options, and what I would say, the team is very, very young. I was looking at the age at the squad. I think it was only 3 players 30 and over. And I keep saying it, and I will continue to say it till I'm blue in the face. This squad should go to be one of the best in the world, not for 1 tournament, but for 2, for 3. A World Cup in the summer, the Olympic Games, a European Championship. It has a fantastic manager, but it has players with time on their hands to be able to do it.
Something that Germany have managed, that the United States have managed to do, and England's hoping to replicate that. They've got off to a good start. 27 matches unbeaten under Serena Wiegmann, and a European title and an Arnold Clark Cup as well already. Looking to retain that title and looking good for it so far. Here's space for Jess Park to turn, who's caught the eye already. Gets it out to Letitia. Robinson. Park. Plenty waiting for a cross, and Park into a link up. Hope to get it back from Coombs. Letitia at the diagonal. Predictable for Italy to deal with there. Coombs. She's handled the ball there, Italy. Charles. And forced backwards. And Caracani waving her arms around there.
I'm enjoying it too much, Seb, to be honest. But I think that whole play where we passed it into Jess Park was because the three forwards really stretched, and that gave the space then for Jess Park to receive it, turn and dribble and build that territory, which is what I think we've been trying to do. And why I said to you, I think we're going long a bit too much, but that time they played the midfield pass.
Charles chasing after this. Couldn't quite get there. She did well, actually. There was a tackle left on her ankle there. And she seemed to get straight back up again. And talking about players who can play in multiple positions, Eve Charles is certainly one of those players. I asked Emma Hayes what her best position was, and she paused and eventually said she'd make a really good left back, but she's just useful in lots of positions. Giuliano. Cinti gets the decision from Greenwood, and they have looked to try and target Greenwood on that side, the Italian forwards. We know Alex Greenwood's so good on the ball. So many of England's goals have come from her set pieces and her build-up play as well. Assisted a goal for Russo against South Korea. Coombs turned back, Ali couldn't quite get there. Here's Letitia. Carter to Greenwood. Robinson. Damaski. Tight to her there. Death cap for the fullback there, Serena Wiegmann. Has high demands.
Not sure whether, but I thought my lip syncing skill said Serena Wiegmann said to relax. And that was to Katie Robinson, just to calm down, because brilliant on the ball, just to keep that cool head in the final third, pick out a pass, because it's so hard as a winger. You wait the whole game, and then it comes to you and you think, oh, I've got to do something, but actually you have to be patient even in the final third, Seb, and that's a really hard skill.
Give her a call afterwards, Karen. Here's Park. In that position so well. Here's Bonansea. Bergamaschi. Cinti. The front line was a real problem for defences in France. Cinti and Girelli. Cinti helping Italy to that quarter-final. They ultimately lost to the Netherlands, who reached the final. The Netherlands managed by Serena Wiegmann. And the few games she's lost in her managerial career. World Cup final to the United States. Here's Bonansea. Nicely done. Oh, just offside. Bergamaschi. You played Italy a few times as a player, didn't you, Karen?
I did, yeah. It was my my debut for England. We played Italy, actually.
Losing that opening, sorry to say losing the opening game of the Euros in 2009 before going on to reach the final. Of course, I have to mention it again, Enia Lupo assisted you for that goal.
She did, yeah. My favourite favourite Brummie apart from Jack Grealish.
Here's Hemp. Robinson. Thought you were going to say Jasper Carrot there, but that might be before your time.
I've probably offended so many Birmingham people now for not picking the right person, yeah. Especially the Birmingham fans. Sorry, guys.
Well, Charles has been able to get forward on that side. And here's Daly, the goal scorer. Giuliano. Taking that ball forward, prodding it forward, just enough pressure put on her though to not be able to play the pass. Letizia. Burton. Losing it. Hemp looking to take advantage. Hemp. And too many touches there from Lauren Hemp with options. Burton. So we're closing in on half-time here, Karen. It's got a familiar feel to it to the South Korea game, actually. England looking dangerous at times, but just not taking the right pass at the last minute, right decision.
Yeah, I thought in the South Korea game we had more rhythm, but didn't move it very quick. I feel this game we've been more direct and had less rhythm, actually. So, but
so I'm wrong then.
yeah, but the common theme is we're winning, Seb. So, what I would say is it's a lot of changes, new players coming in. I think that topic of just being defensively solid so we don't get done on the transition has happened a couple of times, but I think that happens when you play with three players who've never played or started for England, a couple of changes, so it's probably to be expected, but the main thing is we're winning and we've got a clean sheet.
When you think about Sarina Wiegman's potential 11 that she would start for a competitive game, we'll visit that in a second. Italy on the attack. Bonansea pokes it through. Roebuck was out just a bit too much on the pass in the end, but she knows just into how close that was.
It's brilliant from Roebuck. Had to be quick. See there, it's a really intelligent run. She's onside. Great timing of the pass. But Roebuck, when you need her, alert, coming out, sniffing that up. Because Jacinti was in there. But really good from Ellie Roebuck, especially when you're not in the game that much. When you're called upon, you've got to be sharp.
She's got a good record at international level as well, Jacinti. 21 goals in nearly 60 caps. And back to her to take that opportunity if it had reached her feet. Here's Walsh. Walsh again under pressure. And Hemp did look offside there. And the flag does go up. I was going to talk about the strongest side for England, and you think Hemp, Walsh. You see how...
Maybe Daly again, but where do you play her? Probably, I think Russo would still might be ahead, but Daly at left back potentially, depending on the opposition. But you're right, you know, it's a brilliant position for Sarina Wiegman to be in, to drop and change the team, still be winning and give players experience and valuable minutes against World Cup opposition in Italy. So very valuable for her in this tournament.
Yes, a reminder that England are playing Denmark and China, and they'll await their final opponent with the playoffs taking place at the moment. We'll know their opponent before the final game, the Honor Clark Cup on Wednesday, which will be on ITV. Here's Greenwood. Park. Coombs working it out to him. Maybe one final attack here for England in this first half. Letitia. And Daly's in there again, but the flag's up. Didn't look offside. She almost put it in anyway.
Great setback there from Hempin to Letitia, and she's offside there. Just got a little bit excited. Daly.
Yes, as you said before, having a very good scoring season for Aston Villa since returning to England, having played her football in the United States. So many England players of the past have had to do. Charles going long.
I'd love to see a stat, maybe, I know it's a minute or so now, just how direct England have been. I haven't seen that in a long time under Sarina Wiegman.
We won't get that stat now because it's hard. As England prepare to kick off in the second half. Rachel Daly, whose goal separates the sides, getting us underway in the second half. England making the two changes to their midfield. Jordan Nobbs and Katie Zellum, the new players in that midfield, and England looking to attack down the right with Letitia. Still at right back for this second half. You see that change of centre half with Lanari. But one of the England changes, well, there are two very interesting England changes. Of course, Jordan Nobbs, such a popular player, legendary figure in the WSL, returning to the fold, and Katie Zellum, a Manchester United player at the moment, but spent a season at Juventus back in 2017, helping them to win the title before, well, she couldn't resist the opportunity to come back to England and join the new Manchester United. Karen, this should be an interesting look to England's midfield in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Nobbs, you know, it feels like a new player coming in for England, but he's ex-England captain, ex-Vice England captain in 2015 into a World Cup, into European Championship. So she's bided her time to get back into the squad, so I'll be interested to see how she gets on. Looks like she's going to be in that attacking midfield role.
England attacking through Robinson. As well again, Letitia doing well again, and a swipe at it from Daly. We've seen some moments with Robinson and Letitia down that right-hand side.
Again, watching Rach Daly's movement, peels off around the back, dart, always moving, peels off in that back position there in between the centre-backs and then darts in. Good work from Robinson, nice little setback. It's a difficult one for her because it's coming up and bouncing, but thumbs up because she's all about the service, Daly. And as we've seen in the first half, the right quality, she will punish Italy.
Her goal previous to today's fixture was also a header. Charles collecting that ball. Looking for runners. Find its way through to Nobbs. Hempin, if that does up against Jordan Nobbs, who returned to the England fold again because of Fran Kirby having to pull out of the squad. And Jordan Nobbs, of players, had so much bad luck in an England shirt because of injury, missing out on so many tournaments as well, Karen.
I think that's why the move to Aston Villa was needed, to be honest. As much as Arsenal was their beloved, as Ian Wright said, I think sometimes you need to press the reset and refresh button. We've never questioned her talent. Sometimes you have to move and start again, and appears to have done a world of good.
Need to play every week. The Nobbs, their foot in there. It seems strange seeing her in an Aston Villa shirt after so many years at Arsenal. Just making one of those trademark runs through the middle as well. She's a busy midfielder.
Talking a lot about Aston Villa, Seb, you know I'm a Brummie fan.
I just...
It's hurting me here.
I mean it. Doing so well, aren't they?
Steady.
It goes to Giuliani. I think she could do about that Rachel Daly goal. Lanari. Had a strong second half performance, in particular against Belgium, only to be undone right at the end. always the way, named player of the match, and then the last-minute moment where Woolard scored the winner for Belgium when Italy had a very strong second half in that game. Giuliano. Playing that ball forward. Daly to help it on, but Linari is there. Strong figure at the back for Italy. So many occasions. Greenwood. Charles. It's awkward for Carter, but brought it down well. Letizia. Now Zellum. Lovely clip ball from Zellum. Robinson, and it's in there again. Poking a foot at that, but if you give Katie Zellum space, she can play those sort of passes.
It's brilliant from England. Zellum in particular gets it. Good one behind by Robinson. Daly again, you can see her busting to get in there, and it's a fizzed-in ball. Nightmare for defenders. Absolute on the, looks like she's done it on the top of her laces there, and it's hard for Daly, but she gets there and just unfortunate with the contact.
Oh, good pressure. But Giuliani is there. Maybe a bit too much pressure from Rachel Daly. He's going to get a talking to from the referee. Didn't like the challenge in the end. But if it's there to be won, Rachel Daly will go for it.
Absolutely, Seb. You're wanting to play across your 6-yard line. You take a touch, another touch, and you think that Rachel Daly's not going to hunt onto you.
See, that's painful though for Linari. Getting trapped there as Daly went for the ball. Touch invited the challenge. She's back to her feet though. Here Luca was talking about what a nightmare it was to face Linari in the Italian top flight. So he's deciding to play out again. Bergamaschi. Cinti. Bergamaschi. Many of these Italian players have played together so often for their national side, but I suppose another way you have to credit England, because they, even with this Italian side who played together so many times, England can put them under pressure. It's makeshift England side. And I think that was an important result for England last year when they drew 0-0 with Spain with that much-changed team, because they kept the fancied Spanish side out on that occasion. Hemp. Teasing cross to the back post. Not cleared too far. And here's Zellum. Thought about shooting there, Katie Zellum. Robinson. Bright. Surging forward. Giuliani claims, but she has been a standout today, Katie Robinson, considering it's her first start.
She has, she's been bright, and I've really enjoyed her performance because, like I said in the first half, I love wingers when they're positive, they take people on. Yes, maybe a crossing needs a little bit more work on and a choosing of the right pass, but she's a young player and she's positive, energetic, and that's all you ever want to see from your wide players.
It's interesting, Serena Wiegmann taking off Jess Park. She'd seen enough of what she needed to from the young player, keeping Robinson on. Italy are going to make a double change shortly. Here's Zellum. Girelli might be coming off here for Italy. Feeding off scraps today. Here's Nobbs. And now Hemp. And Nobbs in support. Hemp. Off she goes, and that's got to be a yellow card for Bergamaschi. Referee playing advantage though. Here's Nobbs. Charles. And Greenwood. The disguise pass, an excellent pass. Hemp. Brilliant football from England. Nobbs. It deserves an England goal this, but Giuliani to the rescue for Italy.
Have to say, Alex Greenwood, what a pass. This ball here. See, Hemp wants it, but how do you play it through there? Brilliant. Jordan Nobbs is onside, nice little pass. See, she's trying to find Rach Daly. It's a difficult one, could she? really put some venom on it to make it harder for Lenari. But I have to say, brilliant play from England.
Zellum enjoying a good reception in that corner. Zellum hangs it to the back post. Coombs. And some appeals from Italy for handball there. Letizia sends it in again. Yeah, Letizia, such a composed young defender. Comfortable on the ball as well. Carter. Robinson. Down the line. It's better for England. And Knobs! Saved by Giuliani. The crowd urging that ball into the net.
England have shifted gears now. Good little run, pull back from Coombs. Okay, it was intercepted. Knobs in a good position. I think it's a comfortable save, to be honest, for Laura Giuliani, but England have really shifted gears now. Seems to be more control in their possession. And Italy seem to be struggling a little bit, to be honest, even in this opening 5 or 10 minutes.
So they respond. And Ariana Caruso coming on for Gali. Sofia Cantore also coming on as well. The two players who started the opening match. The Juventus pair. I talked about tenacity, and Caruso certainly fits into that mould in the midfield. Some technical qualities as well. It's just a reshuffle for Italy with Girelli going off, Bonansea taking the armband. Letizia to Carter. Greenwood prepared to take a gamble, that didn't pay off. Macinti, she can't quite keep Italy going, but they're still on the attack. It's already the substitute. And we've got the shirts back. Caruso wins the free kick. Bit of a messy minute or so for Alex Greenwood. Sometimes she knows if she can get away in that sort of situation, she can put England on the front foot, but not on that occasion.
I think maybe she was a little bit frustrated initially giving the ball away. And sometimes you do that, you go over and make up for it, and you're a little bit just going nowhere. Greenwood, you're a good defender, just keep pushing her towards the byline.
Well, Italy have just taken off one of their best headers of the ball, Girelli. They still have a threat in this sort of situation. Giuliano, can she find Linari? Goes the cross. It's a decent one as well, comfortable for Roebuck, one of the first saves she's had to make today. It's only the first save in the second half.
You don't mind that, Sev, do you?
If you're Roebuck, that's for sure. Cantore, nicely done. Bergamaschi. Blue shirts flooding into the penalty area, but Bergamaschi's ball wasn't the best. To Greenwood in the right place for England. Daly onto him. Keep that in play, him. Losing out. Big period this for England. Tinti, Bonansea is there, but the ball just ran out of play. I think there's part of Serena who won't mind too much that Italy are having some joy going forward. It gives a little bit of a test in that regard. Not too many tests, though. Bertolini. Slightly more buoyed by that. England giving the ball away again. Caruso snapping in to win it back, and here she is again. Coombs is there for England. It's another awkward pass, and Charles just keeps it in play. She's got away with it because the Italian player wasn't close enough. Here's Hemp. Italy responding though. That looked like a clean tackle from Caruso.
I thought there was more of a foul on Lauren Hemp, if I'm honest, but getting a little bit sloppy perhaps, England, you know, passes that aren't quite to each other, so all of them are at risk, and then little knocks and niggles. I thought that was the foul. It's a nasty one.
Bergamaschi.
Down the Achilles of Lauren Hemp.
Yeah, Hemp riding that challenge, used to getting the heavy treatment from fullbacks. And look, there's the apology from Bergamaschi, nice to see. Did you get a lot of apologies from fullbacks, Karen?
Absolutely not.
No, didn't think so.
Still waiting for him.
Here's him. The run of Bergamaschi. Nicely done. Daly swiping it again. Here's Charles. England are going to make a triple change shortly. Here's Zelen. She goes to Robinson. Nobbs. Out to Hemp. Too much on the pass, but we know that Sarina Wiegman is looking for depth in every position. Every manager does. Do you think England are pretty good in that regard?
I do. I think wide areas were stacked. Number 9, we have options. Maybe, I think Alicia Russo is that number 9, but midfield, again, we have options everywhere, really. But that's what you want. You never, ever want it to be easy to get an England cap. You never, ever want to make it easy to represent your country at any tournament. And the squad was the reason why we won the European Championships. Yes, you picked the same 11, but it was the competition, the hunger, the fear that if you don't play well, you're coming off. And that's where you get high performance.
How often did we see that? The substitution of Toon and Russo, and of course Chloe Kelly coming on and making an impact, none more so than in the final. Here's Greenwood to Carter. She's shielded by Zelen. This is Greenwood. Nobbs.
I must say, Seb, I think it's been a little bit less direct from England in the second half. I feel there's been more control, there's a little bit more experience, whether it's Zelen, Jordan Nobbs, a bit calmness. Feels less frantic.
Was a bit frantic from Roebuck. Torek. Right in the early stages against Belgium. To the inside. Caruso. Bonansea. Bonansea tricky. Just got enough room to get the cross in. Did that cross the line? Oh, the goal is given. Italy have scored. Cantori celebrating. That looks really close indeed. There's no goal line technology. That has to be remembered, but Italy did appeal straight away. This will be interesting.
My initial thought, Seb, was it went out at the byline before the cross came in.
Let's have a look at this.
1v1 gets to the byline. We'll see now on the replay. Chops. That's out for me. That looks out.
And as that crossed the line fully, it's hard to tell.
See from this replay now how much had it gone out. The whole ball has to. My personal opinion was it out, but look, we can't really see from that. Still think Ellie Roebuck can do better than that. It did cross the line. I would say that would be a goal, but so it's disappointing from England to concede that. For me, that looked like out.
I think it's tight all round, to be honest, but what is the most important is that the goal's been given and Italy have equalised. And from the bench again, Sofia Cantore. Big moment for her to score for her country. Lotte Wubben-Moy coming on for England. It's to change round of the captaincy as Greenwood goes off. And Chloe Kelly scored against South Korea. Deflection on that goal, but I'm giving it to her. And another change, a quite notable one. Lauren James. And England now have been pegged back by Italy. Might need another of those sparks from the Chelsea forward. And here goes Daly. Hold off Linari and looking for support. James. Crowd already excited when her name was called to come on. Likewise, Kelly coming on as well.
I think you mentioned competition for places and you bring on two white players in Chloe Kelly and Lauren James. I think that says it all, how much quality we have. Obviously, we're disappointed to concede, though.
Squeezing on through. It's so direct, Chloe Kelly. She goes against us, with the ball through. Kelly playing it low. England looking to respond immediately. Kelly. There are 3 or 4 queuing up there.
Good response from England. See Italy struggling now with cramp.
Let's have a look at that goal again. The first for a country for Sofia Cantore. Did this go out of play?
I think Letizier's chopping and changing. We're seeing, does it go out? It's difficult to see again from that angle, but Cantore gets in the head. I think Robert were disappointed. Again, is that over the line? Argument for goal line technology again, Seb, in the women's game. Vitally important. My personal opinion, that looks out.
But as we know, as we learnt in the World Cup, Japan's goal in the group stages, the true way to tell is, of course, almost the bird's eye angle, and goal line technology makes it inarguable. But nevertheless, a rare goal conceded by England, and Italy Boyd. Caruso, should be a corner. It's only half the job done though for Italy. They're going to try and keep this England side out in the last quarter of the game. Bertolini believing. Zellem's corner. Enter in there. Comes back out to Carter. Coombs. This ball to Moy, who's trying to keep it alive down that side. Azuchi. Balance from her, but under pressure from James, who's working hard to win it back for England. The side of her game that was also notable against South Korea. That hit the arm of Letitia. Italy think so, but they've won it back anyway. It's been a sloppy at times from England. Italy here looking dangerous. Cantore. That will be a goal kick. And having started this second half pretty well, England, Italy have had a spell and they've benefited on the score sheet.
Yeah, just moments in games, and look, goal has given them confidence. Playing out from their own 18-yard box, counter-attacking up in that situation there. I think it's good for England though, Seb, because you have to go through certain resilient moments. Not going to be continually unbeaten. Quite be easy at times. These teams are going to the World Cup as well.
Nice touch from Cantore. Caruso. They've made an impact since they've come on. The Juventus pair. And Nobbs. And it's an argument and a debate that's been had ever since goal line technology came into men's football. You know how long that took. Nobody debates that goal line technology isn't a good thing. Here's James.
I think for that, Seb, it's not a question of if, it's just when. You've got that type of technology, it eradicates debate.
Nobbs. Kelly keeps it in, that'll be a corner. Savai there in the way. It was tight. Of course, when the World Cup comes around, VAR will be in operation. It was at the last Women's World Cup as well. Giuliani has got a bump there. For one on the side. So England waiting to take this corner will give me the opportunity to mention the fact that this isn't the last game in the Arnold Clark Cup on ITV. Later on ITV4, Belgium face South Korea. 5 to 6 the coverage begins for that, and then the final round of matches are on Wednesday on ITV4. South Korea facing Italy, and that'll be followed by England's final game in the competition, hosting Belgium. And the way the score is at the moment, England could find themselves in a position where they have to beat Belgium to defend their title. But still plenty of time for either side to win this one. Zelen hangs it there again. Giuliani thought about coming, didn't get there, and then headed wide by Daly.
She's disappointed because it's very rare that you get a free heading 6 yards out. She's thinking, she's frustrated, no one's marking her. I think she just doesn't see it late and doesn't get the contact. Should be hitting the target though for H. Daly's quality.
Yeah, shake of the head. Bergamaschi going off, and Orsi coming on after starting the game against Belgium after a year out through injury. Bergamaschi. Italy losing the ball deep again, but skipping the situation there. The Salvi sliding in. Strong challenge on Charles. James is there. There's that balance again. Good luck trying to knock her off the ball. In fact, Italian players come up worse as James sends it in towards Daly again. Oh! Out the double for Rachel Daly. 2 headers, 2 goals for England, 2 goals for Rachel Daly. She's shown she's such a threat in the air. And another brilliant cross.
Seb, that header was unbelievable. Such a difficult skill. The cross was good from Lauren James. We get that. Good build-up from England, by the way. Strength from Lauren James there. Keeping it, they don't rush possession. And this because Rachel Daly's in between again. But there's not too much pace on it, so she's got to get the trajectory right from a big distance and the pace on it as well. But what she does, she directs it right into the corner. Laura Giuliani can't do nothing about that. That is an unbelievable header.
It's beating Linari to the ball, and Rachel Daly, that's not her first header today. Italy slightly frustrated because they had a player down, but there was no chance England were going to put that ball out of play. And here's James. I think that move all started with the balance of Lauren James again. Chinti on Ansea. Italy responded once already. Can they do it again? Ansea, and that'll be a free kick. So England restoring their advantage in this game. Both their goals scored by Rachel Daly, who is making a case, if she needed one really, to be one of the first names on the team sheet in the front line. I think, as we know about Rachel Daly, she can play in the wide areas as well.
Versatile. Left back, right back, left wing, right wing. And today 2 goals as a number 9 centre forward. Unbelievable. But what you know from Rachel Daly is you get quality in every position, work rate in every position, and reliable in every position. And for a manager, absolute dream.
Many who've seen her defend, a defender for England more than a striker, maybe didn't realise how good she was in the air. We know she's quick. Umamoy. Some centre-back, often picked by Serena Wiegman in the squad. Carter. Letitia. Down the line she goes, looking for Coombs. Too much on the pass, but what about Maya Letitia? Do you think she'll eventually settle as a centre-half? Manchester United have put her there for now.
Yeah, I've liked her performances as a centre-back for Manchester United. Maybe in the build-up for the goal that Italy scored, when you're playing at right back, you've got to move your feet very different and maybe not as familiar this season because she's played at centre back and playing as a right back today. But look, young, talented, energy, up and down kind of right back, you'd expect. But I think she's better at centre back, to be honest, Seb.
I was going to say, we don't mind another one of those in the Lucy Bronze mould. He's asking a lot. Moy to Coombs. James. Moy. Nobbs. Carter. Bonansea. Bonansea going on. There's Carter. Solid at the back today, but England not solid in giving that ball away again. Bonansea. She was waiting. She knows she was close to that. It's happened a few times though.
Sometimes you just got to do what Lotte Moy does, just kick it out. Sometimes don't overcomplicate it. I know we want to play nice possession football, not in the 6-yard box sometimes.
Here's Coombs. Letitia. Letitia. James. Moy. Nobbs. Zellum. Here's James. Surging into the penalty area, James. We do repeat it so many times. I feel like something's going to happen every time she gets the ball. Letitia keeping it back in again. Wasn't long off the bench before setting up the goal for Daly.
You know what? Every time Lauren James picks up the ball, I just smile. I'm like, it's just fun, and I think that's how football should be played. I don't think I can say any more about her than that, Seb, because I think that's how every kid should play football, with fun and enjoyment, and it seems like she has that, and I just think that's brilliant.
She's decisive as well.
Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's ruthless side to her in the fun, but she makes me smile every time she picks the ball up, though.
Caruso. Just Dorsey taking her eye off that one. So you are going to bring on a couple more players as well. And we'll just check who's coming off here for the Italians. Giada Greggi, the Roma midfielder on the left, is going to come on. Bonansea is going to come off. And coming on there, Anna Maria Satarini, another of the Roma contingent. So we've got a situation here with a triple Roma midfield. Joining Giuliano, Greggi, Satarini. On court there was Daly. Looking for the free kick. Daly's not going to get it. Linari loses out to Zellem. Zellem almost lost out to the referee. Carter. Are we going to see Ebony Salmon shortly? We'll see. Kelly, strong run, can't quite get it through to Daly. Carter, Petitia. Charles. Kelly. Tug of the shirt, but Kelly looked to spread the play. Too much in that pass, so that should give the opportunity for a rare appearance in an England shirt for Ebony Salmon. One of those England players who plays outside of England, outside of Europe. Houston Dash of the present is going to replace Houston Dash of the past. 2 goals for Rachel Daly and quite the reception around the CBS Arena. And so there should be.
Yeah, I'm a little bit gutted she hasn't got 10 more minutes to try and get a hat-trick. But what I would say is I'm excited to see Ebony Salmon. How many times she's been in this squad now. I want to see her have a little bit of a run out. Try and test this Italian back line for the last 10 minutes, but not Rachel Daly, brilliant performance.
I know Ian Wright, one of those who's been calling for Ebony Salmon to get more game time in an England shirt. So many options though for Serena Wiegman. And just announced in the stadium, the attendance for this one, 32,128, and that is a record for a major sporting event in this stadium, and that is some going for the Lionesses, who had a big crowd in the Olympic Games as well in 2012. The previous best was a match between Wasps and Leicester, rugby union match in 2015. This has been that by over 100 spectators. And knobs down the line. Salmon on the chase.
I think that's where Salmon could, if she was selected in the World Cup, I think she'd be a big counter-attacking threat for England. I think that's her biggest weapon every time I've seen her. I'd like to see her more involved in general play because England is a possession-based team under Serena Wiegman. I think she offers a really good threat in behind, and the girl can finish as well.
You get a chance to see that. In the meantime, though, Mazzini coming forward for Italy. They've got another chance in them. They're trailing by 2-1. Chinty staying out there. She get a chance, and Lauren James winning the goal kick. Player of the match against South Korea. Unsurprising, really.
I thought you were asking me, Sam. I've got 8 more minutes, haven't I?
No,
Started panicking then. I was like, I think I know who it is, but...
I think that would be some going if she was player of the match in the time she's been on the pitch.
Panic then.
No, don't worry.
Just showed my attention span there, didn't I? Or lack of.
I think I can guess who you're going to choose anyway. But we'll wait for that moment. Who knows?
Could throw a curveball in, Seb. 8 minutes to go.
So there's still time for an Italian player to score twice. Here's Lenari. Greggi. Chinty. And Charles. Too early to ask Karen what Serena Wiegman's will have learnt from this game so far.
Sorry, Seb, that was too loud then. I couldn't hear you. I'm stood right next
attention?
to you.
Yeah.
What
would she have learned so far?
The crowd's that good. Again, big squads. What would she have learned? I still think the young players need more game time. I think they showed a little bit their inexperience at time, but an invaluable experience for them to grow, because you don't get experience without playing. I think it's further cemented who her best 11 is, with maybe 3 or 4. But I'm just impressed that we can still put out a good performance against a side that are going to the World Cup as well. So a good test, I would say.
You think Beth Mead unavailable through injury, Frank Kirby unavailable, Nikita Paris not selected. It's going to be hard picking that squad.
I think if you look back at the Euros, you know, Serena Wigman was very lucky that she didn't have any injuries, and she could pick her best 11 or available 11 every game. And we pretty much knew who the subs were as well. You have to have a contingency plan. That may not happen in a World Cup. We hope it does, but you have to be backing everything up as a coach.
Torini to run Letitia. That's going to be a goal kick. And of course, have to mention Beth England as well, who's had an excellent start in her new career in a Tottenham shirt. Selected in this squad. It's Letitia. Coombs actually putting the challenge in. And I mentioned Beth England there. Another of the options that Serena Wigman has up front. She's in a good run of form. Will Salmon get a chance? It's drifting away now with England in front. Not in a rush, and close to winning their second game of this competition. Letitia. Carter. And she's still working hard as always. Had the opportunities, had that one in the first half.
Just going back to your question a minute ago about squad rotation, I also think it's important to rest people like Lucy Bronze and Millie Bright. Played a lot of football for a long time. Leah Williamson in there played a lot of minutes over the last 2 years or so, even more. That have been disrespectful. You have to keep players fresh. You know, like I said, there's tournaments after this one as well, and you want players available as much as possible. So I think that's good as well.
We know the Euros proved to be the last, which is for Ellen White and Jill Scott. It's Giuliano. Italy still with a chance of finding an equaliser. Cinti was just behind her. Giuliano again. Cinti again. She rolled with a Moy. Torre. Through that equaliser. Looking to burst past Charles, who did well in the end.
Does well there, Niamh Charles. Really well. She uses her body, ushers her out. I think that's something that she's had to work on and continue to have to work on, is moving of her feet, and the same in Maya Letitia for the build up the goal. When you're in a 1v1, you have to move and shift your feet.
Again, no clean sheet for Ellie Roebuck. That's been a problem for her in an England shirt. Coombs hasn't had as many touches of the ball as she would have liked in this game, Laura Coombs.
No, I think the first half we were quite direct, so we probably missed her out a little bit. And the rhythm maybe hasn't been there as much, but very good player. Like we said, she's had a really good season with Manchester City. I know she's had her injuries as well. But I've enjoyed seeing her play alongside Katie Zellem as well. I thought Zellem's come on and added calmness in that deep line position.
There's a brief muted appeal there. The penalty, no chance. Crowd still enjoying themselves though. The horn is out. There he is. A big red England horn.
That's why I couldn't hear you a minute ago. It's brilliant.
We're only 2 metres from it, Karen. So. That's commitment to your craft, that really is. And the crowd applauded him when he sat down. I don't know if that's in relief or recognition of his performance. Well, as Italy pump this ball forward, England deal with it. Greggi getting it under control. Bring it back to Linari. Giuliani. 90th minute, and Italy were undone by a late goal in their first match. Can they find a late goal to earn a point? Kelly. And Charles. Rubamoy, good pressure though from Italy. She's forced to go long. Salmon won't get to that. Zelen. Giuliano picking it up and releasing the pass. Cantore. That's nicely done by Rubamoy. Good defending. And that'll give me opportunity to ask your player of the match, Karen. It's not Rubamoy.
No, but that was brilliant defending from Rubamoy because Charles's position was just out, so she covered it really well. And my player of the match would have to be Rach Daly. Looks like she was orchestrating there. But really good performance. Two fantastic headers. This was the first one. Really good power on that one, but this one was brilliant because she had to really jump high. Two players against her. She was actually out from a big distance. I had to generate the power and direction on it, but has led the line very well today for England and deserves that.
And 5 minutes to be added on here, so still time for a twist in the tail. And Karen's decision just announced to those in attendance today. James, and then Kelly, almost sat for her nicely.
I must say, I do love it when England attack with just this youthfulness. Just brilliant, they're all dynamic. They're trying to link up well. Chloe Kelly, you see what she's trying to do, just didn't get the execution on it.
She turned 24 last month. For one of the senior members of this England side all of a sudden. You do think, looking ahead to the World Cup, not many of these England players will that be their final World Cup. Maybe Lucy Bronze, but who knows, considering her ability.
Lucy Bronze probably outruns the young one, so probably the most athletic player I've played with, fitness-wise, Lucy Bronze, as well as a brilliant footballer as well, obviously.
Rubamoy. And Charles to Kelly. England just keeping the ball at the moment to make sure of victory. That long unbeaten record is going to stay intact, but they've done just about enough to pick up 3 points. Coombs. Might be another one late on here for England. Wasn't the best from Salmon. Chinty, can she help it on? The answer is yes. And England all of a sudden stretched here. For Tarini, what can she do? Has an attempt, but it's well wide in the end. Couldn't get the bodies up in support quickly enough.
Not sure what Letitia's doing there, playing offside when Lotte Rubamoy is the last player clearly, but nevertheless England do well to get back. Thankfully the quality wasn't there from the shot, but it's a lesson again, stay concentrating. Last few minutes of the game.
Well, Italy have had their moments. They were underdogs for this one. Everyone feels like an underdog against this England side at the moment. Charles racing after that. T putting the pressure on. Strong play from Orsi, a bit too strong. A free kick here for England. They've only got a minute to see out. Well, the victory in this competition. setting sun, and it will set just before the second game that follows this match tonight. Salmon keeping that ball in play. Well, winning this game, haven't it? How much will Italy commit here? Committed a bit too much. Played it to Kelly. Kelly to Charles. Sends it in, and Giuliani takes. No sense that England might run then into the corner to guarantee the victory. Put the ball back anyway. Here's Coombs. And the spin from James and a free kick, and that should be that. Italy unfortunate in many ways in the first game. Would you say this is or will be a fair result?
Yeah, look, we've been the better side. I think it's been an invaluable experience to the young players out there today. We say you get experience by playing, and they've had to learn that at times, some of these players. 3 players never start for England, sorry. So overall, good result.